Hello and welcome to the Problematic Sticker Podcast. I am your host, Chille, as I grind the World Tournament. Bye, everyone. No, seriously, I'm here, and I'm here to talk about the animes. But before we go into the serious topic, serious topic.
So serious.
I would like to shout out a couple of conventions that I found out are coming out in the UK this year. The two Dragon Ball. In fact, one of them started following me on Twitter. Big up SailCon. I'd like to give a shout out to SailCon, which is in September. You could go check them out. The VIP tickets, or Ultra VIP tickets, are on sale now for £77. You gain access to the 3-day event for that price, including the concerts. It looks like there's some really famous voice actors and some content creators actually going to the event. So if you live in England, you can go check out SailCon at www.sailcon.com. Again, not sponsored, but go check them out. Also, if you live in England and you also love Dragon Ball still, and you thought, oh my god, SailCon was great, but you know what, I need more Dragon Ball in my life, you can go check out KamehaCon, which is August. Go check out www.kamehacon.co.uk but the tickets there are a little bit more expensive. The VIP pass is £197.
A little bit more? Okay.
A little bit more expensive. By a little bit, I mean double and a half the price. So,
Yeah,
but
that's balls.
yeah, go check both of those out if you're a fan of Dragon Ball and you live in England. September and August, if I'm rightly. You can find out the dates and addresses and where you can go for the hotels on their website. So please go check them out. And sorry for the hiccup during that speech. I hate my life. So please go check them out. Anyway, let's go straight to the podcast. As you can hear, the sexy voice is Tim of here. Tim,
What?
You've got a sexy voice and you are here.
That's a lie. I am here though.
No, it's not a lie. Big sexy voice.
Womp.
How are you doing today?
I'm farming World Tournament, so
You're doing.
kind of.
You can say words. That's about what you're doing.
Just barely.
I hate my life.
Lies.
It's only because of World Tournament, not because of actual life.
No,
It's just World Tournament.
So, Tim, have you been
That's what
watching the
they
animes
say.
this week?
No, I've been busy working on things that I can't talk about in this podcast because.
Yeah, because it goes live tonight.
Yeah.
That's because you didn't pick a trash anime, so you didn't watch it.
Yeah, because Sailor Moon's one of the most revealed, the most
Revered
revered
animes ever.
animes.
Yeah. Tim likes the trashy stuff.
Oh yeah, like
I like trashy
Cowboy
stuff.
Bebop
To
and
be fair, though,
Evangelion and
To be fair,
Fooly Cooly. I'm seriously a
Fooly
man of
Cooly.
faith.
I can't talk about Evangelion because
the problem is though, I like trashy stuff, but
You're right about the first one.
Scrub.
the thing is though, Tim, I like trashy stuff too, but my trashy stuff has to be of legal age.
Garri, that burn was on you, dude. Why are you looking at me?
Yeah.
That burn was for you, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get it.
Because it has something to do with age? Okay.
You gotta be this tall, this old to.
I'm older than the two of you, so I don't get it.
I don't know how old you are, but I'm gonna go with maybe.
Maybe.
So that's a Garri you can hear. You can hear him with your ears.
That's a Gary.
How are you
You
doing?
can also see me, but I won't recommend it. Sorry, what was the question?
I said, how are you?
Oh,
Don't make it too confusing for him.
In his
I'm
advanced
okay.
age.
I'm okay.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
okay.
getting a little too old, dude. Don't slow it down.
How are you?
I'm okay. I'm okay. How about you, Ben?
What do you think? No.
I think you're doing great. Otherwise, you wouldn't be doing what you're doing.
No, he thinks his life sucks because he's farming in Dokkan Battle.
Yes, I am. World Tournament is... I have 66 wins, Garri. in 2 days.
Man, that sounds like a choice, not a requirement.
You see, okay, Gary. Let's put some things into perspective. Let's say next weekend, Pan comes to that world tournament. If there is a world tournament, what would you be doing?
Complaining that I should farm her, and I'm not.
It's true.
You mean
He won't farm her.
that
He'll
you
just
are-
complain. He'll be like, "Oh, I want Pan so much." I'll be like, "Go farm her." He's like, "Oh, but that's too much effort."
It's true. Look, I did this farm for Agility Cooler, and I don't ever want to do it again. And that's what you're doing. And that was when the World Tournament was way harder to farm than it is now.
Yeah.
So then, why are you not doing it now?
Technically, what I did was doubly harder than what you're doing.
Hey, remember this is my second farm, Gary.
You farmed the last one too, and you're like, I never want to do this again, and here you are.
Hey, the last
It's
one.
called perseverance, dude.
It's called.
Whatever
A
you
wise
wanna
man,
call it.
a wise man once told me that this game is like an MMO and it takes time and effort.
That's a wise man right there.
It is.
Okay.
A wise man once told me that.
Also,
you guys
Gary,
are-
I got another
have
Dokkan
fun.
attack.
Yeah, the fact that you're getting a Dokkan attack in World Tournament should tell you a lot. I don't even get Dokkan attacks in Super Battle Road. Here you are getting it in a World Tournament. What the hell? Oh, man.
I'll pretend I know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, that's what
Klaus
I did.
is here too. Move
Klaus
on to
is here.
Klaus.
Klaus, we missed
How's
you.
it going?
It's been too long.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me back for whatever reason.
Because you're
What
the
have you
best.
been up to? What have you been up to, Klaus?
When was I last on?
Well, last year.
Before your presidential campaign.
Before you ran for president.
I ran for president.
He's running in 2020. You guys didn't see it?
That sounds like work.
To be fair, I'd vote. But I can't vote, so I'd vote.
I'd vote my ass off. I mean, I voted my ass off every election because I feel I want to. But...
Anyway, I am old now because I think the last time I was on was pre-birthday. I don't know
Hey,
if my
happy birthday. For back then.
that was like over a month ago.
Yeah, but still, this is technically the first time you've been on since then.
True. Well, you also had a birthday since the last episode you were on.
Yeah. And I watched Dragon Ball, and it was the best.
Yes.
And I ate chicken, which was the best.
It was cheeky, I bet.
Nando's for the win.
But I have been watching a lot of anime,
Nice.
trying to keep up with it.
Did you watch
Have you
the
guys seen
weekly?
Devilman? No, the weeklies. I've been trying to keep up on those as much as possible. But last anime I watched was Devilman Crybaby. I don't know if you guys have seen that one.
I've been wanting to watch that one. So
It's messed up, but it's pretty damn good.
It's got too much nudity for you, Tim. You won't like it.
Is there such thing as too much? Really?
are there wieners in there? Did someone hang on?
Not that I've seen so far.
Gary.
Well, I haven't seen that. I don't know.
It is definitely, well, I believe it's actually even rated mature on Netflix.
Yeah, it definitely. If the original Devilman was pretty M-rated, like borderline adults only, so I can only imagine what this one is.
But you
Like I
seem
said,
so child-friendly in Dragon Ball.
Oh my god!
Apart from the whole bursting your hearts if you're evil. Child-friendly.
That explains the one-hit KO.
But aside from that, a lot of stuff, but not a lot of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Life has been kicking me in the ass, so just trying to keep up with it. But glad to be back.
Well, it's good to have you back.
It really is.
Well, thank you. I got a new microphone. I don't know if you guys can hear that.
Oh yeah.
It's a fancy mic. It's got a soundboard and everything.
Well, I had to pick up the soundboard for it, but I can do stuff like this.
Oh my god!
How did you not join the podcast like that?
I thought about it, but I didn't want to be too overpowering.
Okay, we're going to scrap this intro to this podcast. See you guys in about 10 minutes while we restart.
I am back.
That was amazing.
I gotta go change my underwear. Hang on. At the same time, if you're going to do that again, I'm just going to wait until after the podcast.
Say One Punch Man. Do it.
One punch!
Yay! Now we're a legitimate podcast.
That was amazing.
I want to have your microphone when we play video games.
Oh, I'm glad I can make this interesting.
That was great.
That was hot shit.
I'm feeling flushed.
So we can't announce it on this
Oh,
podcast,
me too.
but there's going to be a new Dragon Ball game announced today after the Fighters tournament, so please look forward to it. Also, Jiren's going to be announced for Fighters, which I'm guessing is Season 2. So I'm hoping that Kefla also gets announced eventually.
Yep, I would love Kefla in this game.
I would take any one of the three. Any one of them, I don't care.
Also, I want Ribrianne. Just that, so we can have more female characters.
Yeah, I'll take her too. I don't have a problem with her. I don't know.
I mean, as long as you get an attack where you just get to roll over everybody.
And they have to have the same reaction as Vegeta did in the show.
They have to.
Now, do you want her to start off in her transform state, or do you want her to start out in her pretty form?
Well, she fought in her transform state pretty much the entire time,
Sure.
so I would assume that would be the form.
Yeah. And then she has that form where she just gets like super huge and
Where she
rolls
gets
over.
big boobies.
Oh my
What?
god.
Yeah, where she just gets
does?
massive boobs.
She does?
Yeah.
Oh.
When she becomes giant.
Yeah, when she becomes
Well,
giant.
I know when she gets giant. I just remember that she rolled around,
Ah,
ran over people. It was pretty great.
I remember them just going from normal size to what the hell are those? Also, I forgot to heal, damn it.
Oh my god.
Come on, man. You know you're like, oh, pie.
But no, Ribrianne was pretty cool. And I hope they have one of her super attacks a love bow. In case you were wondering, the character Klaus is like a rip-off of like Sailor Moon, which was our anime of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Where she's, instead of being like the pretty little girl, and then goes even prettier. It starts off like as a pretty girl that then transforms into a big chubby woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
You say like it's not pretty, man.
Oh, she's beautiful, but that's the funny part about it. It's supposed to be the opposite of the standard beauty, which is still beautiful. Anyway, animes. Fairy Tail. It happened, and Garri watched it.
I did watch it. Klaus has been watching it too. He's further than I am because he's watching it subbed. I am watching it dubbed, so I think he's about 4 episodes ahead.
Something like that.
Yeah, but no, season's been, in my opinion, really good so far. I don't know what your opinion is on it, but it's heading into the end game, that's for sure. I don't even remember what the last episode was that I talked about, because it's been a while since we've done this, but essentially what's going on right now is it's been revealed what Zareth has been after this whole time, and it's essentially called the Fairy Heart, which is the main power that supplies, I guess, the Fairy Tail Guild. And we find out what that actual power is, and not just what, but who it is. And we found out that this kingdom called Alvarez, which is kingdom, I believe, to the west.
The far west.
Yeah. Is planning to essentially invade the kingdom that I don't remember the name of our kingdom where the Fairy Tail Guild exists.
Yeah.
But anyways, there's essentially a plan to invade, and we find out that Macro, who was the leader of the Fairy Tail Guild, left to go and essentially negotiate with Alvarez's kingdom to stop this invasion, because he has found out that the wizards there, they're called the Spriggan 12. They are infinitely more powerful than any of the wizards they have on their continent. And he believes that they will lose during the invasion. And this is why he disbanded the Fairy Tale Guild, so that there won't be any retaliation against members of Fairy Tale if something goes wrong with his negotiations. But essentially, Natsu and Lucy and them, they have rebuilt the guild. All the members are back. And Urza has become the next leader of the Fairy Tale Guild. And they have pretty much come to the conclusion that they need to go and save Makarov after they find out what the fairy heart is. And what the fairy heart is it's pretty much Mavis trapped in a crystal, who was the first original she was the leader of the fairy tale. She's the one that founded it. And we've seen her in a spirit form throughout the show, just kind of there, and only Makarov is able to see her. But the reason that she's in there is what we find out in the latest episode that I watched. And leading up to that episode, they encountered a couple members of the Spriggan 12, and they were vastly overmatched. And we started to see the power of this female wizard who can shrink and expand anything that she wants. So they essentially encounter her on this island, resort island. And on this island, she kind of doesn't want to fight them. So she essentially tells them to leave, and she tells them that she knows exactly who they are and why they're going to the Alvarez Kingdom to rescue Makarov. But she shows her power by shrinking the island that they're on into absolutely nothing. It's just like one person can stand on it. And they are terrified of her power, sends her magic power, and they know just how powerful she is. But eventually they make it to the Alvarez Kingdom, but they don't actually get into the kingdom. And what happens is Makarov, who's about to start the negotiations with their leader, it's discovered that their leader of the Alvarez Kingdom is actually Zeref. And Zeref has been building this army to essentially take the fairy heart from Fairy Tale. And Makarov is able to escape because he's rescued by one of the wizards that's joined them, and who has the ability to essentially teleport around the world. But he can't teleport too far, just enough to get away. And they rescue Makarov, and of course there's this emotional moment, and they get attacked by another member of the Spriggan 12, whose name I believe is Agil? Agil, yeah, and he has the power to control sand.
Yep, he's the Sand King.
Yeah, so he...
Sand God.
Yeah. So they try to escape from him, and his power, of course, is pretty vast and powerful. But they are rescued by Makarov. His name, I always forget his name.
Who?
Do you remember Makarov's son, the lightning guy?
Oh yeah. I'm bad with names too.
There's so many characters in that show, I don't remember his name. Son of a bitch.
Lots of characters. I'm bad with names in general, so trying to remember that stuff while I'm sitting here farming in Final Fantasy 14, that's not helping either. So,
Final Fantasy 14, the best MMO ever made. Go check it out. Go download the starter pack now.
It's free.
You can go up to level 35 and get up to the Titan story mode. Free.
And send us a message on Twitter to get a friend code from me or Chille.
No, just for Klaus, because I already have all the rewards, so it's fine.
Can I do that with an alt? Like an alt class?
What do you mean?
You can play whatever you want as an all. Anyway, we should talk about that on a different
Yeah.
show.
On Phoenix Down Radio, phoenixdownradio.com, twitch.tv/Phoenix Down Radio.
Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt too badly there, Gary. I was trying to just,
Plug.
vamp for time for you.
No, you're fine. Loxus. His name is Loxus.
It works.
Yes. Loxus.
Conveniently plugged.
Yes.
Sarah.
He is one of the Dragon Slayers, and like Natsu, and Loxus comes to the rescue with his lightning powers, which he's able to use against sand because it destroys it. Loxus, they find out, has joined Blue Pegasus, which is the Ginyu Force of the Fairy Tail Guild, or the Fairy Tail show. So they're always doing poses, and they're like the pretty boys and stuff. And that was a pretty humorous moment when they find out that Loxus had to do these poses too. But yeah, they're rescued by Loxus and the Blue Pegasus, and it's in the next episode where Makarov reveals what Zeref is after, and that's Mavis. And the reason he's after her is that it's a flashback episode, and we find out that Mavis befriended Zeref, and he gave her a spell that she can use to save the city where Fairy Tail was founded, but it's black magic. And when she used this power, she found out that it stunned her growth, so she doesn't age, and she doesn't get older. And this happened in the Fairy Tail Zero, which was the prequel series they did. But in this episode, we find out that the consequence of the spell is a lot bigger than what she originally thought. And we find out that she is now pretty much infected with the same curse that Zeref. And what Zeref's curse is, and the way it works, is really kind of messed up. So she feels like everything is okay. What Zeref tells her after she encounters him again, is that what the curse does is the moment that you find out the value of human life, that's when the curse takes effect and starts to destroy everything around you. And she finds she pretty much discovers what the cost of life is and what it's worth when Makarov's dad pretty much when Makarov is born. What was that?
A sad bit. That was a sad bit right there.
That was, and they have the baby, and Mavis is talking to the mother, and then the mother dies, and everybody in the guild just assumes that she died during childbirth, but Mavis knows that she died because of her, because she was around her, and because after Makarov was born, she discovered pretty much the value of life and what it is. And she runs away from the guild, and everything around her starts to die. Trees, animals, plants, everything. She's infected with the exact same curse. And I believe like 2 years or so passed. I don't remember exactly the timeline or how long it's been, but she encounters Zeref again. And she's pretty much in this dead forest, just living underneath a tree. She can't die because she can't eat anything. So she's never tasted food for a very long time. She hasn't drunk water, nothing, because it just dies around her. And Zeref comes to her and tells her that he's building a kingdom far in the west, and he wants her to join him. And he pretty much tells her that the reason nobody's dying around him in this kingdom anymore is because he has pretty much become emotional. He has stopped caring about everything, which stops the curse. If you don't care about human life, then the life is not going to be taken away when you're around it.
He and basically equates it to the fact that he's playing a game now.
Yeah, and it's something to pass the time. He's been alive for over 100 years. Yeah, he's just playing games now because there's nothing else for him to do.
His entire kingdom, everybody in it's a pawn or a piece in the game, and it's what's keeping them alive, really.
Mm-hmm. And he Mavis asks him like to kill her, to do something so she can die because she doesn't want to live forever this way. And he tells her that there is no way. The only thing you can do is become like him and just stop giving a crap about everything. And what happens is they kind of embrace in a hug, and she can't, or he can't let that go because he, through this whole time, has kind of started to fall in love with her. And he essentially kills her and finds out that that's kind of the cure to dying from this curse, to letting it kill you, is to pretty much love the same person that's infected with the curse. And he ends up killing Mavis with this curse. And pretty much what's happening now is that's what he wants. Mavis is imprisoned in a crystal, her body at least. I haven't gotten to the episode why she's in the crystal or anything, but that is the fairy tale heart, and that is what he's after. He's after Mavis, and she's crystallized in this crystal. Maybe he's trying to get her to come back in some way so she can kill him. I don't know, but it was a very big episode and a big reveal because throughout the whole show we just assumed Zareth was this evil dude, and now we know why he's so evil. It's because if he's not evil, everything around him is going to die. So he has to be this emotionless asshole who doesn't give a shit about anything to keep people alive. And because of that, it's really caused a lot of problems. So yeah, that was pretty much the episode. We also found out that Mavis can astral project herself, even though I'm assuming she's dead. So before, only Makarov was able to see her, but now she's revealing herself to everybody in Fairy Tail Killed. And she's kind of telling them the story. That's what this flashback episode was all about. So we know what Zareth is after. We know the importance of it. And yeah, we'll see what happens going forward. I mean, I'm excited. I think this season has been very, very good so far as a final season. But yeah, what are your thoughts, Klaus?
I've been enjoying it as well. It's been really, interesting. The story is kind of, it's a little crazy, but it's huge in its scope. Like I said, I'm a few episodes ahead of you because I'm watching the sub, like you said. But I'm really enjoying it, and it's proving to be extremely entertaining. And I'm anxiously awaiting each new episode. Like I said, I'm not going to go any further than what you just said, but you're going to enjoy it.
I'm excited. Yeah, I mean, it's nice. This whole show has been building towards this encounter with Zareth now for the entire show. 9 seasons now. And little by little, things have been revealed, and all finally coming together, and it's great. I'm excited to see how some of the secondary characters play their roles, because they've obviously made a lot of them way more important than they used to be. You got your main cast with Ray and Lucy and Urza, but now you're getting, Loxus is going to start playing a bigger role. Gajil, a lot of the secondary characters throughout the show are going to have big roles to play, I'm assuming, in this final battle. So
that is true.
Yeah, so I'm really excited because they've always been part of the show, and they've always had kind of their own small little arcs here and there, but they're gonna take a bigger center stage now. It's not just gonna be about Natsu, Urza, Lucy, and Gray saving the day for it. So I'm excited where this is going. But yeah, that's Fairy Tail so far. Naruto's next, right?
No, I'm going to jump in with Mob Psycho 100 because I've been watching that and it's be part of our weeklies. I'll cover the first episode and the second episode because I haven't watched the third episode yet.
No, that's in my watch list. I haven't seen it yet.
We'll pass it till next week.
I'm sorry.
Then we'll make it a weekly.
Okay, then I think there's 3 episodes out right now. Yeah. Maybe 4.
3.
I'll get caught up.
4 by next week.
So I'll catch up on all of them that are available. So I'm sorry, Ben.
That's fine. It's like I'm like Jack Black right now with that because I teased it last week and everyone's like, no, Chris wants to watch it. I'm like, okay. No, Klaus wants to watch it. Don't worry, guys. Mob Psycho next week. Jablinski Games.
But did you guys watch the entire live action version of it then too?
No, I've not even watched season 1. I jumped into season 2.
Oh, you haven't seen season?
No.
Even when it was a recommendation?
It's never been a recommendation.
Yeah, it was. Or maybe it was when it was individual for.
It was an individual recommendation.
Yeah, it's never been a group recommendation.
Well, you should watch the first season so a lot of it makes more sense.
He has cool powers. That's what I've heard
Mob
so
Psycho's
far.
so good, dude.
Mob is he is just awesome.
It is a good show.
Even Garri likes it.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
know if
saying
it's good
something. Because
Wow.
he hates everything. Just kidding.
Wow.
I said usually.
then.
I didn't say all the time.
So I guess we'll go to Boruto now. That was good coverage of Mob Psycho right there. Go check it out. It's on Crunchyroll.com.
Not a sponsor, but please sponsor
Yeah,
us.
please sponsor us. Not sponsor. Also, go check out Sayacon.
Ben's in full shill mode.
I better go to Klaus. Otherwise, I'll start shilling more people like Kamacon again.
Well, or maybe I'll have to have you start shilling for Anime Detour instead.
Oh, yeah, Anime Detour in God
end
damn it,
of March. Yeah, last weekend of March.
Where is it again?
It's in Minneapolis.
That's it, Minneapolis. Because I was going to say Ohio because of all the stuff about Ohio earlier. So,
Ohio?
That's not right.
That's not right. No, you're correct.
I know it's not right, but the same. I was wanting to say it, and I had to stop myself. It's like, no.
Oh, Ben.
Anyway, Boruto, which isn't in Ohio either.
No.
It's in Konoha.
All right. So we were on episode 90, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Mitsuki and Seihei. Does that sound right?
Well, we missed a few episodes, but
Oh, okay. So
We'll skip-
where are you leaving off then?
we missed him in the bed. The previous one. We missed that because we haven't been talking about it for a few weeks, have we? So remember we had that month off. So, but we'll go to the Mitsuki episode. I think that's the best one because there's Mitsuki in. So we're on
Alright.
this week's, which is Mitsuki versus Bug Guy.
Well, if
Bug
you want,
guy.
we can.
Bug guy, that's his name,
I forgot his name now.
Welcome to my
the
world.
one that wanted a heart. All he wanted was a heart.
huh? Just call him Bug Guy.
Now we've lost Klaus.
No, I'm still here.
Okay. So yeah.
I'm just trying to get my bearings as to what we were at.
Yeah,
so.
no worries. Yeah, we'll cover this week's episode. Well, last week's episode. Because we haven't seen this week's. It went live just a few hours before the podcast. Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll.com.
Please sponsor us.
Please sponsor us. Or Hulu.
I'm just trying to
or Funimation.
remember
We'll
exactly
take
what
any of
happened
them.
here.
You don't even have to pay us, really. You just have to say, we approve this message.
Or and maybe give us a couple of access codes or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I want crunchyroll.com/black/the problematic sticker to give people discounts. That'd be the best. That's my dream. Okay, I have very simple dreams.
The wiki page for it. I watched it. It must have been Wednesday, and I just cannot remember it.
I watched it like 2 weeks ago, so it's even worse for me.
Yeah, that Boruto. How about that?
Yeah, ninja things. He was announced as Jump Force. There you go. I also don't like the fact that they've got the old stage for Jump Force. It's not even the Boruto-based Jump Force thing. Why do you disappoint me so much, Jump Force? Even though I love you, sometimes the things you love disappoint you.
Yeah.
It's called
They
me.
need to add JoJo's and it'll be fine.
Okay, so there's a fight with a bug guy.
Yeah, fight with a bug guy.
Was it a good fight?
It was a good fight. Actually, really good fight.
Who won the fight?
Mitsuki, because Mitsuki always wins everything because
Everyone won because it was a good fight.
we all won.
Well, okay.
Let me. God damn it! I'm trying to remember the episode. It's been longer for me.
I am a fail apparently if I can't remember what's going on.
No, you're fine.
I haven't even watched it.
Let's just move on then.
1 second. Here's sustaining. Basically, after taking damage from no, that was.
So,
Yeah, that was. There's been
Bug
no
Guy, you
episode
talking
this
about
week.
Ku?
There's been no episode this last. Yeah, after Ku was attacked, he flipped the scene. Boruto and Sorada chased after him, but the lady girl with the psychic powers blocks them, and which was a cool fight actually, where the she summoned a golem later on, and basically they're creations of these villains. I use villains with quote marks, but it's not really bad. Are all created using Zetsu cells, which were the white plant monsters from the original Naruto, which were created by. That's a big backstory, but and then these people were actually were recreated by the stone to try and replace soldiers, so that less chance for people to die that are actually part of the village.
And they end up kind of getting their own will, so to speak, and they kind of pervert the original message that Onoki was trying to purvey with actually getting them, their creation, and instead they want to take over.
Yeah. So anyway,
that way nobody else has to be hurt.
Ku is after a heart so that he can try and live like normal, because that's right now they slowly die. They have to do some weird injection to keep themselves alive every so often.
Yeah, the reason they want a human heart now is because it's been they realize that that's what's actually keeping Mitsuki alive, is the fact that Orochimaru put an actual heart in his body, and then sealed it with a curse mark.
Which of course he does, because it's Orochimaru. He seals everything with curse marks. I wouldn't be surprised if he don't send letters. Dear Fifth Hokage, I hope you're doing well. Signed, curse mark. But anyway, Boruto made a deal with a giant snake called the Garanga earlier on in the arc, and during the fight with the golem where they were struggling, he actually summoned him and they worked together. And that's when the snake was like, oh, maybe I could trust ninjas after all. And he earns his friendship. Anyway, during this fight between those, the bug boy, aka Siki, is fighting Mitsuki. And yeah, that fight just was all action. It was basically Siki was angry that Mitsuki tricked him to make him feel like they were friends. Well, Mitsuki wasn't trying to trick him; he was just trying to get stop the organization. So he did feel like he did have friendship for the guy in the end. So anyway, but Siki can't believe that. So anyway, they fight. Mitsuki doesn't actually fight back at all. He just sort of tries to keep himself in the defensive so he doesn't hurt his friend. Which is why when Siki actually eventually dies from the fact that, he's slowly dying from that, the fact that he doesn't have a heart. He asks why Mitsuki doesn't attack him. He's like, because you are my friend, and blah, I do care about you. And he's like, so I do have a friend, and he dies happy. And then they go chasing after Ku, who you find out has a heart. Dum, dum, dum. And that's where it ends. So, yeah. I remembered it in the
Boruto.
end. I just had to read, the first line in the wiki. Yeah.
It's all it took, huh? Was just the one line.
Yeah, I just needed to remember the one line so I can remember the rest of it. It's,
Good.
Whose line is it?
Wiki, that's whose line it is.
Sorry,
And then
that was
anyway,
just a bad
Onoka's
joke.
Will is the next episode, which went live today, which I haven't seen it yet.
Correct. Neither have I.
So go check that out on Crunchyroll.com or Funimation maybe. I don't know, but Crunchyroll.com has it. Go subscribe. So yeah. That's Boruto, I think, covered. Is there any other weekly animes? Because we're not covering Mob Psycho 100.
You guys haven't been doing anything with Sword Art Online, have you?
No.
Oh no.
Have you been watching it at all?
Never watched it ever, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I only watched the first season.
Oh, I think that the new one has been pretty good. I've been trying to keep up with that one as well. Alicization.
Is that part of the Gun Galore?
No,
it's
Dallas season 2.
Yep, this is a third season basically. New game, new situation. What's going on? It's getting close to the end, I would think. They're on like 14 episodes or something like that.
Oh, nice.
So, it might be my recommendation coming up soon.
So is that it?
I have my own weeklies I watch.
Oh, tell us about them. I want to listen.
Tell us about them.
Tell me more.
I'll just give like a quick rundown of it. One of the ones I've been watching is I Got Resurrected as a Slime.
Oh, I've heard good things about that one.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun. It's about this guy who gets killed in the real world, and he gets killed during like a robbery. Pretty much, somebody's trying to steal this woman's purse, and he gets stabbed in the middle of it. And as he's dying, he's saying all these things like, "Oh, I'm so cold," or "Oh, my blood feels so warm," and "I wish that this had happened to me and this had happened." He's pretty much reminiscing about his life and how he feels. And as he's saying it, some random woman is saying, immunity to cold acquired, immunity to fire acquired, and you don't know what the hell is going on. And essentially he awakens, and he awakens as a slime, like a slime monster in this like fantasy land. And
Dragon Quest.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
And like that resurrection, that Yamcha thing where he became Yamcha.
Yeah, and he awakens in this world, and he's in this cave, and he has no idea what to do, so he just starts eating everything, because that's one of a slime's ability. He just consumes things. Yeah. He absorbs it. And so he's absorbing all these powerful crystals and stuff like that, and this woman who's pretty much like an AI is telling him, like, analyzing things for him. It's like, oh, this is the most rarest material in the world. And it's just, this cave is just full of it, and you're just grabbing all of it and just absorbing it. So pretty much what happens is he eventually runs into this giant dragon that's been trapped in this cave. And he's the dragon is lonely. The dragon used to be evil and stuff like that, and he was defeated and trapped in this cave. And he's lonely, and it's voiced by the guy who does the voice of her in the dub version. And the only way out is for him to pretty much be absorbed by Rimuru, is his name. So Rimuru absorbs him, and he gains like all these cool new abilities. And as Rimuru pretty much goes through the world, he tries new things. And as he's trying new things, he's learning these new abilities. Like he didn't know that if he could swim, so he just like fell into the water and learned that he can breathe underwater because he's a slime. So as he's pretty much experimenting with what he can do, he's learning these cool new things that as a slime he can do, and things that other slimes can do. And he's essentially like a rare monster. And he runs into this goblin village after he gets out of this cave, and this goblin village is pretty much under attack by dire wolves. And he saves these goblins from the leader of the dire wolves, and the rest of the dire wolves pretty much join him because he destroyed their leader, so then he becomes their leader. And what happens is, because he's been named like, the savior of the village, he decides to give people names, so he just doesn't call everybody goblins, the dire wolves. And as he names them in this world, if you get a name, you evolve like a Pokemon. So you become more powerful. Your appearance will completely change, and your skills will change depending on what you can do. It kind of feels like a video game. So he names them, and every time he names something, he gets tired to the point where he named this entire village and he fell asleep for like a month. And pretty much the whole story of what's going on is he's trying to build this village, and everybody thinks he, this incredible monster, but he's just a slime, which is considered, one of the weakest monsters in the world. But somehow he's very different. He's very powerful, and nobody knows why. And he starts to encounter a lot of other characters, like ogres, who kind of befriend him and stuff like that. There's a lot that's going on in the story that I don't really want to talk about because it could be very spoilery. But I think the show is, 13 episodes in now, and it's getting really good because you're starting to finally see like the overall story of what's going on in the world. There's this orc army that's like destroying every village in the forest that they live in, and it's gonna essentially come to Rimuru and his goblin village to make alliances with other villages to stop this massive orc army destroying everything. And you're starting to see a lot of the main players come into play. And the action sequences in particular are very, very well done. Even though he's a slime, so he's very limited in what he can do as, a physical slime body. Action sequences are really well done. And it's a fun anime. It really is. I actually do recommend it. It has a lot of down moments. And it has taken, like I said, I think it's 12 or 13 episodes in. It's taken that long to finally really start to get going.
You gonna recommend it?
I want to, but I'd rather recommend the other anime instead for now. But I am recommending that you guys give it a shot because it is actually pretty cool anime. And like I said, the action sequences are pretty cool, and the voice acting is really well done. And I'm excited to see where it's gonna go because the last episode I watched, Rimuru and his army has engaged the orc army, and the orc army is pretty cool because their leader is like a mystical creature, and he only comes around a mystical creature. I guess only comes around once in a century or something, maybe even longer than that, and they're mostly considered myths. But it's only these mystical monsters that can control other monsters of its kind. And every time one comes around, it has a unique ability that it gives all the other monsters of its kind. So with the orc army, what this orc king is what they call him, the orc king, what his ability is pretty much cannibalism. Well, not just cannibalism, just eating everything. So every time an orc consumes or eats any other living creature, the entire orc army gets the ability of those monsters. So if a random orc ate a direwolf, they will gain the speed of a direwolf and the agility of a direwolf, like the entire army will. And that's a unique thing that the orc king provides for his army. So they have to kill the orc king in order to dispel this ability that he's bestowed on all the other orcs. And it's a really cool sequence of stuff that's happening. Like I said, it's a massive like Lord of the Rings fight going on right now, and it's really cool to watch. So, yeah, I do recommend it.
Well, I was the only one to watch the weekly anime. So, there's no point me talking about it. So, I'm sad. But I enjoyed the Sailor Moon Crystal. I got to episode 10. So, I had fun.
Well, you can still tell us. Why is it pointless to talk about?
Yeah, I watched 4 or 5 episodes. I just kind of lost interest because it's a retelling of what I've already watched.
Yeah.
Like it's
See,
basically
I've
like a
never
Kai
watched
version
it before, so
of the old
I
stuff.
had
So
request by my friend Momo to watch it. So I thought, what a better way to watch it than to force everyone else to watch it. That was my logic.
Well, I couldn't watch it because I don't have Hulu, which is the only
Hulu's-
place it's available on, I think.
Hulu.com, right?
Yes.
Which is now available in England, I heard. So go check it out.
Is it available now?
It looks like it, yeah. I haven't bought it. But
Nice.
yeah,
when did that start?
I don't know. It just popped
Like,
up.
right now? Like this very moment, it just
Yeah,
activated.
Very
No.
second. It's like,
It's like I
Ben,
saw it last
talking about
week,
who?
but the prices are in dollars for some reason. So yeah,
Maybe they haven't
Because
added the
reasons.
extra U's in it.
yeah, they haven't added the pounds.
P's and U's.
Hey, it means it's
Mind your
cheaper.
P's and
technically.
U's.
Means it's cheaper.
Dude, just do it. Do it while it's still cheap.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, while we're
Sign
talking
up for
about
a
cheap,
lifetime.
actually, we'll go away from this for a bit just to talk about Shonen Jump. The physical
Oh,
magazine
yeah.
has gone away, but those who do like manga, you can now subscribe digitally to Shonen Jump, and it's only $2 a month for every every manga they've ever made in the past.
That's a really good deal.
That's insanely
Really
good.
good,
$24
yeah.
a year to get access to their new
Manga
stuff
all the
entire-
time.
Yeah,
Their entire back catalog.
yeah, and
Yeah.
every time there's a new weekly manga in Japan, it's automatically simply dubbed on that. Well, translated, and that's included in the
Wow.
$2.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
That is insane. So yeah,
Yeah.
Take that, Nintendo.
And also, if you don't want
promise
to
something this
pay,
city.
you can actually read the latest chapters for free on their website as well.
Yeah. So
Every
you can subscribe to get caught up on everything, and
Yeah.
then just keep updated for free.
but you can only even for two. I know this will sound weird for some people, but I still think it's a good deal. You are limited to only 100 chapters per day. So,
only.
Yeah, only 100 chapters per day. I know that some people say, "Oh, that's so much," and some people say, "Oh, that's little." But
Dude, no, I go through, like, when I start reading, I go through 100 chapters in, like, an hour and a half.
So even with the subscription, you're limited?
I think you're still limited to 100 chapters.
That sucks.
I mean, 100 chapters is a lot to read.
Yeah, for most people, that is still a lot.
I mean, it's probably still going to take the average person a few hours to get that far.
Yeah, and that's per day, by the way. That's not weekly; it's per day. So
So
So what you're saying is this program has Dr. Slump on it.
probably.
Yes.
But you have to read it.
Yeah, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! R as well, and all those other weird ones. So
I wonder how well it works on mobile.
there's an app for that.
Yeah, there's a whole app for it. That was the first thing I checked when he mentioned it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're also set because they used to have a physical magazine in North America and Japan that you would get Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and so for everyone that's subscribed, they're sending out the rest of the Yu-Gi-Oh card subscription cards in the post as well. Anyway, so you're not losing them anyway, even with the removal of the service.
I like it. That's a really good compensation.
Yeah. So
I'm not into it, but I really appreciate that level of intrigue and appreciation
That's
for
good
customers.
customer service.
Yeah.
So
Take note, Comcast.
and also they
Take
give
note, Konami.
if you already had the subscription, they're also giving you 3 months for free as well of the digital service. Even if your subscription ended that month, as long as you had it before they announced this. I think before January, if yours ended January, you still got your 3 months for free.
It's
So,
like they want people to like it.
yeah,
And
no. It's like
I
they
like
want
it.
people to use official sources instead of pirated websites that might contain viruses. But so yeah, go check
They're
out Shonen
charging
Jump.
links.
That's where I've been reading Dragon Ball Super manga because they've always been free on that. Thanks to yeah.
So when it comes to manga, I'm pretty ignorant to where they come from.
Yeah.
Like
They
publishers
come from
and things
Japan,
like that.
dude.
God damn it, Gary!
Really, Gary?
Um,
Here I was sitting. Oh my! Here I was sitting thinking that manga was from Germany.
I'm so glad that you rag on. Oh, this is just perfect prime Gary. Every single time you give me shit for reading everything and always just, oh, and then you sling out that kind of snark. Oh, man! I wish I was close enough to just punch your ass right now. Both fists. Oh,
that's called fisting.
All I know is I thought
Thousand
it
years
was
of
from
pain.
India.
Or should I say, 1,000 years of pain?
Yes!
And here I
You're
thought
gonna
it
get the
was
1,000
from
years of pain.
France.
So Sailor Moon. Ben, tell us this about the story. Look, I'm going to tell you right now. Sailor Moon is one of my guilty pleasures. I will watch the shit out of Sailor Moon. I love that show.
Okay, I'll watch the shit out of Sailor Moon. By the way, guys, I haven't watched Sailor Moon.
I can't watch it. I don't have Hulu.
Sick burn.
Life
You
finds
put a
way,
Sailor
Gary.
Moon on Crunchyroll or Funimation, I'm going to just be all over that in more ways than you can imagine.
No, Gary.
Oh my.
No, just no. No. Just stop.
I'm just saying.
But yeah, I'm going to actually wait until next week because I want to watch the whole slot. I'm actually going to do a whole discussion.
Can I ask you, though, in this one, did they edit the, I think, what is it? Is it
I haven't got to the relationship between the two yet.
the two females?
Yeah, I haven't got that far, I don't think.
Okay, because in the original one, they edited it
Yeah.
in North America for them to not be gay.
Yeah, they became sisters, right? Or something like that in the
Yeah,
North America.
in the English dub, yeah.
Okay.
So they cut out all the scenes that made them look, like
Yeah.
they're into each other.
But this is all. I don't know how. This is basically based on the manga version. So, as I said, it's like the Kai version where all the filler and that's removed. So,
Okay. I just wanted to know if they went the way it was in the manga.
yeah, that's what the whole point of this is.
Kind of like Brotherhood for FMA.
Yeah.
Did they change? I'm assuming they have all different voice actors.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, but I think they brought back some maybe. But again, I never watched the original, so I can't compare. I can't go. Oh yeah. Instead of calling them monkeys, they call them something else.
Okay, does the kitty talk at least?
Kitty talks.
Yes.
So it's better than Sabrina on Netflix.
Oh my god.
Quick jab.
And now we're back to anime.
Speaking of Netflix and anime, have you guys seen this new one that came out a couple weeks ago called High Score Girl?
No. It sounds like something Gary would.
Wow, he didn't say high school girl. He said high score girl.
Yes, High Score Girl.
See? he even finished it for me.
But
I love you.
I just figured I would ask if because I really enjoyed that one as well. I haven't, like I said, there was a number of animes that I've been keeping up with and watching, and
Samesies.
So anyway, who's doing this week's?
well, I thought we were going to talk about the Sailor Moon Crystal one.
No, I'm going to save it till next week, and then I'm going to do a whole. I want to cover as much as possible. So, as no one else was going to watch it, I'm going to watch all of it, and then force you to listen to me to talk every episode.
I want you to talk about it. I love Sailor Moon.
So yeah, next week I'm going to talk about the whole thing. I'm even going to write it down as I watch, so I don't forget anything.
Yes.
So yeah.
Well, I could always recommend something.
Well, yeah, because it's either your Klaus. So yeah.
Up to you guys, whoever you want.
I want to go with Gary.
Yeah, you said you had a thing you wanted to recommend.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So there were two I was jumping around on.
Oh my.
Ooh.
16 jumps and he's tired.
We're still talking about anime. We're talking about anime, right?
There is a Netflix one I've been watching, which is really good. But I'm gonna recommend another one. It's not over yet, but I think it's 13 episodes, so it's technically we can watch it. So I'm just gonna straight up go with Goblin Slayer.
Nice. Okay, I want to watch this one.
Another one I've heard good things about.
I've been watching it every week. It is a dark, violent show.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a disclaimer at the start of it telling you that this is not for children in any way. And they're right, because there is a lot of bad things that happen in this anime. They don't necessarily show it, but they definitely suggest bad things such as sexual assault and things like that.
Yeah, everyone's watched Dark Day.
What was that, Tim?
Sorry, Crystal was telling me that I should suggest Rurouni Kenshin, but I'm pretty sure everyone's watched it.
No, I've never watched it.
Next time.
Shit.
Rurouni Kenshin is long, though. It's like almost 150 episodes.
Really
Dude.
good.
Yeah, when I first started it, okay, I have kind of a. No, he didn't say that. I have a story about Rurouni Kenshin. A short story. Like when I first watched it, like many things, like I didn't like it right away, and when I finally came back to it after a couple years, I sat down to watch it, and when I finally came back up for air, I was in season 5.
Oh, no?
Yeah.
No, it's a good show, man. It's a great show. You're just sad about, what happened.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so Goblin Slayer. It's about a guy who he's pretty much dubbed the Goblin Slayer because he only takes on quests in his village to kill goblins. And as the story goes, you'll find out why it's only goblin quests that he takes on. Even though there's a lot of bad shit going on in the world that they could use his help with, he only cares about slaying goblins. And he goes in always on his own, and he has all these incredible skills when it comes to goblin slayers, but he's very naive when it comes to any other monster that he encounters. He has no idea how to fight them because his whole thing is goblins. And he saves this girl in one of the caves and her party is being attacked by goblins, and she kind of joins him on his quest. It's kind of like a hero complex. Is that what it's called? Or no, what is it called when you get saved by somebody and you fall in love with them and you got to do everything all the time?
Tim.
I don't remember what it's called, but there's a word for it. But anyways, yeah. So
harem.
She kind of harem. God damn it. No, it's definitely not a harem anime. That's for sure. But yeah. So she kind of just joins him, and he kind of takes it upon himself to kind of help her, which he's never done before. But he sees that she's useful with her magic, especially when it comes to defensive magic. And it tells a lot of very dark, real stories in a way of using goblins to do it. There's a scene where they encounter some goblins and they find babies of goblins, little children who are scared and terrified and all that. And he goes in with zero remorse to massacre these children. And the way he just explains it is so vivid and so dark, but it makes sense. And as to why he has to kill the children as well. It's just a very dark story. And throughout the show, he starts to form up a party with this other group that comes to find him, of an elf, monk, and this kind of lizard man who is kind of like a necromancer. He can use shaman powers to build skeleton lizards to fight for him, which is pretty cool. They changed some stuff around. The monk in this world is he's a drinker like every other, or not a monk, sorry, a dwarf. Damn, I'm dumb. Dwarf. So he drinks like a dwarf would, but he has his whole thing is magic. Dwarves in this world are magic users rather than physical fighters. So I thought that was pretty cool. But it's a very well done, realistic show. Even though it deals with monsters, things like that, the fighting is incredibly brutal. And I say realistic because every enemy you encounter in the show is a huge, massive threat, and you see that. And it doesn't pull any punches when it comes to watching your main characters like failing all the time, even though they're fighting. They're supposed to be like these badasses. And some of the fights that the Goblin Slayer is in, you just see how he just gets wrecked by some of the things that he's encountering, and you're just like, holy shit, this is like anybody can die at any moment type of show. And it's great that way. So I am gonna recommend it. It does some weird stuff where it's like you have like these super action-packed episodes, and then like the next episode is like super downtime, where it just shows like his everyday life, and like he's lives on a farm with this girl who he grew up with and her uncle, and he just secures the farm so no goblins ever come there. It's like one episode is just what? What was that?
Yeah, you just keep talking about it. They're not going to be able to watch it now.
Yeah, this will be the week that we're okay. Good work, everyone.
Okay, I'm done. I'm just preparing you guys. Sorry. But yes, Goblin Slayer. It's 12 episodes in.
So
I recommend it. Please watch it.
Garri, shout outs.
Yes, to you guys. To Fonzie, who's not here. Ben, I still want to hear your take on Brawly when you get a chance.
Wait, Garri, what's it on?
It's on Funimation and Crunchyroll.
Yeah. Oh. I guess I'll have to talk about Broly next week.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's going to be a long episode next week.
Go, Gita. Go, Gita.
Please don't do that.
I just want to bring up a couple of things, though, actually. One of my favourite scenes has got to be the Frieza bit where he tricks Broly to go Super Saiyan. That was one of the best parts of the movie. Oh no! A spray energy blast has hit your father and killed him! No!
God damn it.
Yeah.
I love that. I love Frieza. But oh no! He killed him! Oh.
God damn it.
I was watching like an Easter eggs thing, and they realised like, yeah, I guess that 5 centimeter thing is the joke from Bulma. It's like, I want to be 5 centimeters.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I was 5 centimeters.
Anyway, carry on, Garri. We'll talk about Super soon. I love that movie.
But yeah, no, and Chris, of course, who couldn't join us. It makes me sad. I want him.
All over your face and lower back.
And to Klaus, thanks for coming back. It's always great to hear your godly voice with your awesome new phone that I want and super jealous of.
Sorry.
There it is. There it is. I love it. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, Tim.
Shoutouts, dude.
Oh, sorry. I've been trying to find the anime. Listeners, of course, you guys are great. You guys are just the reason we live entirely. Thank you. No pressure. You guys, of course. Klaus, I've missed you.
Aww.
So sultry. So decadent. Ben and Garri, what would I do without you? I don't know.
Be happy.
Cry a lot.
Don't worry. Be happy. Got to see the anime.
Get some Ben and Garry's.
Yes.
I need me some Fonzie, though. I've been jonesing for some Fonzie.
And how can I contact you?
Anywhere, really, under the alias Timberelli. Yeah.
Klaus?
Oh, my turn?
Yeah.
Yay. it's been a while since I've done shout-outs on here. Shout out to you guys for having me back on. It's good to be back. Hope to be on more frequently.
Yay.
And maybe actually remembering and keeping up with the anime versus just watching it and be like, oh, that was good. What was that again? That's just kind of how it goes. Shout out to everybody who is listening, and if it's all right if I plug this, if you're going to be going to the Distant Worlds concert in Minneapolis, Minnesota on March 1st, I'm actually going to be doing a pre-concert meetup at a local brewery, Rock Bottom Brewery in downtown Minneapolis. At
Sonic
6
Fox is
p.m.
limited. Oh, sorry. Carry on.
You can stop by there and have a few drinks before the Distant Worlds concert, and it'll be a good time. You can check that out at facebook.com/PhoenixDownRadio. Otherwise, you can find me at PHXDN_KLAUSS out on Twitter.
Okay, I want to shout out to Sayacon. Remember, go check them out. Also, go follow their Twitter. They seem really nice, and also their tickets are £77 for the VIP. Also, go check out Comic-Con if you're also looking into that. Both conventions are in England. I hope to attend at least one of them. So if you want to meet me, I might be at those events. So go check them out. Maybe go buy a VIP ticket. If not, the other tickets will go on sale eventually if you just want to go for one day. Or you just don't want the concert. So whatever reason. I'll shout out to Klaus. Thanks for joining us today. Shout out to Tim, Garri, Alfonso. We miss you. Shout out to everyone that listens. We got someone asking about the podcast a while back, and then I told him I'll give him a voucher, and he responded again saying I don't have to give him a voucher. So I want to say I love you, man. Thank you for just giving feedback on the podcast. That means a lot.
Yeah.
Knowing that someone's
he's the
actually
real
watching
MVP.
it. You're the real shout out. You're the real boy all along.
I'm a real boy.
I'm a real anime. So thank you to everyone that's joined us. So yeah, go check out those places. Oh, by the way, last minute announcement. They just announced that Jiren and Videl will be in Dragon Ball Fighters. So
Yeah,
finally another female character, and also Jiren. So yay.
I shudder to wonder how Videl fights without ki blast.
By throwing stones.
She has to throw something. It's
Well,
one
she
of the
does-
main buttons in the game.
What if they give her Ki Blast though?
It'll be weird because she's never done it. It's like
I mean-
Vegeta doing instant transmission.
I mean, technically she should be able to do it.
Yeah.
And I thought she does it in some filler episodes.
No, she never does.
What about those episodes where Gohan teaches her how to channel energy?
Yeah.
To
Technically,
fly,
she knows.
that's it.
Yeah, but
She also does it in her hands.
yeah.
But she never shoots it. That's what I'm saying. We never see her shoot a ki blast at all, ever.
Yeah, but we know that she understands the fundamentals of actually doing it. So
Yeah.
it's not like
She
it's
doesn't even do it in Dokkan.
maybe she pulls out a gun. Okay, she goes full Hercule on them.
I personally think it should have been Great Saiyan Woman with Great Saiyan Man as the support, like 18 is.
That would be amazing, actually.
That would be cool.
Maybe she has an extra skin.
I mean, let's face it, she got her ass kicked by Spopovich, so I'm not holding out hope here.
Yeah, but he was also infused by the power of margin. So, and he was basically
I'm just
immortal.
I'm just saying, Spopovich, man.
Yeah, an immortal. Anyway, Videl is playable in fighters. Obviously, Garri hates women, so.
Wow!
And that's why he's saying, like, "Oh no, we can't have Videl."
Oh my god, dude! I literally just said they should have done Great Saiyan Woman instead.
Yeah, but then she has Sarah Man.
It's the same
protect her.
character. Oh my god!
And on that note, nah, seriously, Garri does not hate women. He is a nice guy.
He hates everybody.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter who you are. He hates you.
Yeah. Nah,
Mostly
he
me,
doesn't.
though. He hates me.
This is also confirming they confirmed it as Fighter Season Pass number 2.
Nice. So that means we're gonna get more
Even
characters.
if you
Like,
buy if you buy the season pass, you won't get Jiren, but you have to buy season pass number 2.
Makes sense. That was the first year's season, and these characters have been made. Yeah.
I just miss when there is just the season pass and you get everything. Now they want you to buy it twice.
Yeah, but then you'd only get support for a year. This is paying for second year support. I can understand why. I'm not angry when it comes to.
You can just wait for the Game of the Year edition.
Yeah, if you want to wait that long, go ahead.
End of season 2.
Well, what if there's a season 3?
God damn it! Then you go to Capcom Room. Release the game 8 times.
Anyway, so go check out SailCon. Go check out KameHamaCon. Also, go check out our YouTube channel or whatever, and go follow us on Twitter and stuff. Also, go check out Phoenix Down Radio at twitch.tv/Phoenix Down. Also, go check out Mushroom Radio at twitch.tv/Mushroom. Also, go check out Shields the Tank at twitch.tv/Shields. Also, go check out Musecast XIV at twitch.tv. Also, go check out Gather Together. Also, check out all the other. Also, go check out Sonic Fox because he just lost and that makes me sad. Also, go check out all the things because all the things you need to check. But I'm going to end it with the meme on this podcast because I hate my life and I hate the fact that it's in my head all the time now. So. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So oh yeah. Back to you guys. Bye. Please kill that meme, PewDiePie.